Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another Eagle Eye video. Today we're going to talk about a future classic, and that's the Volvo V70 and especially the Volvo V70R. This is the special high performance model of the S60 and the V80. Sorry, the V70, excuse me. So this car was basically the early 2000s, and these cars are really collectible because of its five-cylinder engine, 2.5 liter with a turbo. Was just placed above the T5 in terms of performance. It had around 300 horses, just in the back of my head, and these are in my book already classics, and I think prices of these will rise. Maybe not much, but for Volvo enthusiasts, this is the peak. When it comes to versatility, still looking quite nice, and having a legendary engine. So let's check this car out. This is, I think, the cheapest one, if I see it correctly. No, it is not. This is the most expensive one. So this is the most expensive one here in the Netherlands, 2005. So this is a late model. Didn't drive that much yet, not even 100,000 kilometers. And look at the state that it's in. Typical Volvo from the mid 2000s, early 2000s. Beautiful car. I think they aged quite well. And this is full spec. This is the car you want to take on a trip down to the south, either in the United States or in Europe. Driving long distances is what this car is made for. There are some issues with the 5-cylinder when it comes to these high performance models, but you can have a enhanced block where they make the cylinder walls a bit thicker so it can handle the pressure, because there are some horror stories out there when it comes to this specific model. It don't need to be like this, but this is basically the biggest and the baddest car you could buy from Volvo back in the day. I love the blue dials here. Very comfortable seats, power output somewhere in the range of 300, but we'll go into that later. This specific model looks quite good in terms of wear and tear. It's all right, not too bad. Yeah, this car is nice. 2005. Look at this. It's like almost brand new. Yeah. Usually over time you can see the wear and tear, especially on these buttons here. They're not made of the best materials. Yeah, if these kilometers are real, this car still has a long life ahead of itself. Yeah, only with the RE had the active chassis settings. That's something that you maybe some Summum, which is the highest spec level of Volvo, had these, but I think these were really but like when this car was introduced, I think in 2002 2003-ish, on Top Gear they say they cannot really differentiate much difference between comfort and advanced. Slightly, just like Audi did with his MMI settings back in the day. It's a little bit more middle of the road, but this is in German, so it's probably an imported car. This is Dutch then. Look at this, the 5-cylinder with a big turbo on it. Look how busy it is here for 5-cylinder. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go back, look into some specifications. Let's see. 2.5 liter with a turbo, 300 horses. I remember that the power output for its time, it was yeah, You know, the Germans had way much more, but for Volvo it was quite a lot, because the 2.5 liter has 220, 230 horses, and this adds 70 more. The 5-cylinder that I have is a 2.4 non-turbo variant. Actually, it's from the factory 140 horsepower, but I put a software tune on it. Maybe you can show that in this video as well. I just had it tuned, and now it went from 140 to 180 purely on a software tune. This is a certificate, and this is the sticker I will place on my car one of these days. But I have it tuned. Cost me 350 euros, and my car went from 140 to 180. It had stock 220 newton meters, and now it went to 250. I can really tell the difference. It's fantastic. All right, moving on. So this is able to reach 250. Many Volvos, even the 5-cylinders from back in the day, they did 230-ish, but this is a 250 kilometer an hour car, which is probably still limited somehow. Maybe with the limiter off, it can reach 280. But this is a fast Volvo. And yeah, they're not very sportive. They're great for long distances on the Autobahn or something like that. They're not really happy in the corners. It's a bit of a boat. But yeah, I mean, they're built quite well, and the 5-cylinders are very reliable. This R model, the 2.5 5-cylinder, what I said before, they suffer from cracks in the cylinder. Yeah, you have the tube where the cylinder is in, and the outer layer, where the cylinder is doing its movement, it can crack. I don't know what it's in English, but you can also buy examples that are modified, that they're a bit stronger, and you don't run into those type of problems. So let's check out this one. Nieuwenhuis is a name that is familiar here. Look at this interior. I mean, I'm a Volvo guy. I really appreciate them more and more as time moves on, and this car is in a class of its own. Look at those seats. They're just made to sit in it for the whole day. Beautiful car. It's so understated in a way that I appreciate. That's also what the early performance versions of Audi had. And this is the same kind of thing. I mean, if you look at it closely, you can see this is a nice, well-spec'd Volvo V70, but it's not screaming, it's not shouty. Just a small R here, and on the back you have these dual exhaust tips, and you see all-wheel drive R, so you know you have something special. Beautiful car, looks great. Not even 28k for this car, which is... It's not cheap, but at the same time, yeah, this is already a classic. Looks like it has well-documented service history, which is a big plus on these cars as well. It is a young timer indeed, but it's also a future classic. They have a nice color. Yes, this is the one. See, 2003, this is the exact same color that it appeared on Top Gear back in the day. Yeah, 22, almost 23k. This has done way more kilometers, but it still looks fresh. Let me show you. This is an original Dutch car, so that means it rolled out. It's been put on a license plate and registration in 2003, and since then it didn't left the country. So we're able to check if this car had a service history annually, what's have been done to it. Because when you import a car, history gets lost, basically. I mean, we live in the European Union, fantastic, but we don't have a system that tracks cars when they move from country to country. So yeah, I think that's sad, but it is what it is. So for a lot of people that want to buy a car like this, a car that's bought in 2003 in the Netherlands and went from through a few owners, we normally see that as a big advantage. in comparison to a car that we import from Germany or from Sweden. So yeah, that's why they mention it here as well. This is not automatic. This is the Spaceball manual. I think it's a 5-speed, maybe even a 6-speed. We will check it out. So this is the modified 2.5 liter 5-cylinder turbo. It's also about the same kind of engine that they put in the Ford Focus ST. They also have the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder turbo, around 300 horses, which is plenty. Beautiful car, really beautiful car, beautiful. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, they don't make them like this no more. That's it. This is a real Volvo. See, just Volvo V70R. Just, you know, if you put the R away, you just think you're dealing with a well-spec'd V70, and I can appreciate that. Nice R rims. My brother also just bought one of those for his S60, and it looks really great. It looks sportive without being too aggressive, without being too, yeah, you know, it doesn't bring the value or the overall look of the car down. Beautiful front. Yeah. Here, two quad tailpipes. Just, you know, you have a turbo and that's it. That's it. I mean, it's the owner that's enjoying the car and not the rest of the world. You know, it's a different time, and yeah, I totally get that. Today, in today's age, cars and especially their owners, they're too screaming and shouty. So 2.5 liter 5-cylinder with a turbo, 300 horses, and it has a manual transmission, but I cannot see how many gears it has. See if we go back. It doesn't say, but I think it's a 6-speed actually. Okay, let's do one more. This is the older variant, 97. They still ask quite a hefty price for it. This is a T5 with an R design package, because that's basically the AMG line or the M line, but done in Volvo speak. Okay, let's go for this one. 98, so quite old. They claim it only drove 81k, and they still need 20k for it. Clean car. I think this car has been imported recently as well. It's definitely not a Dutch car. 240 horses from a 2.3 all-wheel drive. Also beautiful car. Yeah, definitely. Only one tailpipe. You see, back then the design was just, yeah, it was just different. Look at this. I mean, what can I say? All the Volvo people out there, they like this, and I understand why. It's just a car with character, I would say. Yeah, typical 90s rims on it as well. I'm curious about the interior. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? It still looks neat. It does. Beautiful. Automatic in his 5-speed probably. We'll check some power figures later. Really, it's a 240 horses. Yeah, we established that already. Not sure what this is actually. A ladder here as well. It's done some miles, but the steering wheel looks a little bit worn down, and here they claim 81k. It's a little bit strange to me, but all in all it looks okay. It was imported. Okay, it's still road legal. 20k is quite a lot, but this is a nice example. I mean, you don't find them like this no more, not even the V70 Classics, and this is supposed to be the R line. I can see where they're coming from. I mean, it really looks like a, yeah, it is a beautiful car, definitely. And, you know, well maintained, these cars, they run forever. So there you have it, the V70R, either from the late 90s or the early 2000s. It's definitely going to be, and it is already, a classic. I think prices might still go up. Volvo is not Volvo anymore since more than 10 years ago, and these are the last of the breed. And when well maintained, just what I told you in the last buying review, they can go on forever. And I think that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing more beautiful than a reliable car, and a car that has been with you for so many years and you have so many trips together. So I think it's a beautiful thing. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I wish you a great weekend. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.